So what do you got? All right, we did the criticism sandwich, also which was the comfort challenge. Now we're going to do lifestyle design in action. The best times to send email. You've suggested people check email only a few times a day. Here's a twist. I reply to emails when it's convenient, but I time it to arrive when it's also convenient for me. In Outlook, you can delay email delivery to any time of day. For example, when I return emails at 3 p.m., I don't want my staff instantly zinging me responses or clarifying questions. This also prevents email chats. So I hit send, but it's delayed to arrive later in the evening or at 8 a.m. when my employees arrive the next day. This is how email was meant to be. It's mail, not a chat service. Jim Laranaga. You know Jim. Jim from accounting. Take the sentence, avoid finger pointing, blah, 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 before I forget, da, da, da. Okay, income autopilot. Well, this is chapter I've been waiting for, because remember when he said, I'm going to show you how to make 5 to 10K a month passively. My ears perked up, and I'm like, well, shit, I got some money. I'm good. I'm okay. Surviving nicely here in Thailand. But could I use an additional 5 to 10K a month income? Sure, why not? Bigger house, bigger pool, newer car, whatever. Yeah, who doesn't like the trappings of Monet? Monet. Here she comes round saying Monet, bump, bump, bump. Income autopilot, finding the muse. Just set it and forget it. Ron Popeil, founder of Ronco, responsible for more than $1 billion in sales of rotisserie chicken roasters. Holy fuck. $1 billion in sale for fucking chicken rotisserie? Wow. Damn. I know he sold a shitload. I didn't know he did $1 billion in sales. As to methods, there may be 1 million and then some, but principles are few. The man who grasps principles can successfully select his own methods. The man who tries methods, ignoring principles, is sure to have trouble. Ralph Waldo Emerson. So there you go. Learn the principle, and then the opportunity will present itself to you different than it will present itself to me. Or the method, he says here, same thing. The Renaissance Minimalist. Douglas Price was waking up to another beautiful summer morning in his Brooklyn brownstone. First things first, coffee. I'm with him so far. Gotta have that coffee. The jet lag was minor, considering he had just returned from a 2-week jaunt through the islands of Croatia. It was just one of his 6 countries he had visited in the last 12 months. Japan was next on the agenda. That's cool. I think we can all get behind that. Traveling is fun. Not now, of course, but usually traveling is fun. Buzzing with a smile and his coffee mug in hand, he ambled over to his Mac to check on personal email first. There were 32 messages, and all brought good news. One of his friends and business partners, also co-founder of LimeWire, had an update. Last, Bamboo, their startup poised to reinvent peer-to-peer technology, was rounding the final corners of development. It could be their billion-dollar baby, but Doug was letting the engineers run wild first. Samson Projects, one of the hottest contemporary art galleries in Boston, had compliments for Doug's latest work and requests for expanded involvement with new exhibits as their sound curator. The last email in his inbox was a fan letter addressed to Demon Doc and praise for his latest instrumental hip-hop album, Onliness. VTOI. Doug had released his album as what he termed open source music. Anyone could download the album for free and use sounds from any track in his or her own composition. Okay, like open source freeware, open source music. Huh? It's interesting. He smiled again, polished off his dark roast, and opened a window to deal with business email next. It would take much less time. In fact, less than 30 minutes for the day and 2 hours for the week. how much things change. 2 years earlier, in June of 2004, I was in Doug's apartment checking email for what I hoped would be the last time for a long time. I was headed to JFK Airport in New York in a matter of hours and was preparing for an indefinite quest around the world. Doug looked on with amusement. He had similar plans for himself and was finally extricating himself from a venture-funded internet startup that had once been a cover story and his passion, but was now just a job. The euphoria of the dot-com era was long dead, along with most chances for a sale or an IPO. He bid me farewell and made a decision as the taxi pulled from the curb. Enough of the complicated stuff. It was time to return to basics. ProSoundEffects.com, launched in January of 2005 after 1 week of sales testing on eBay, was designed to do one thing: give Doug lots of cash with minimal time investment. There you go. Sounds like a plan to me. This brings us back to his business inbox in 2006. There are 10 orders for sound libraries, CDs that film producers, musicians, video game designers, and other audio professionals use to add hard-to-find sounds, whether the purr of a lemur or an exotic instrument, to their own creations. These are Doug's products, but he doesn't own them, as that would require physical inventory and upfront cash. His business model is more elegant than that. Here is just one revenue stream. A prospective customer seeks his pay-per-click advertising on Google or other search engine and clicks through to his site, www.prosoundeffects.com. The prospect orders a product for $325, the average purchase price, though prices range from $29 to $7,500, on a Yahoo shopping cart, and a PDF with all their billing and shipping information is automatically emailed to Doug. 3 times a week, Doug presses a single button in the Yahoo management page to charge all his customers' credit cards and put cash in his bank account. Then he saves the PDF as Excel purchase orders and emails the purchase orders to the manufacturer of the CD libraries. Those companies mail the products to Doug's customers. This is called drop shipping, and Doug pays the manufacturers as little as 45% of the retail price of the products up to 90 days later, net 90 terms. Let's look at the mathematical beauty of this system for full effect. For each $325 order at his cost of 55% off retail, Doug is entitled to $178.75. If we subtract 1% of the full retail price, 1% of $325 equals $3.25 for the Yahoo store transaction fee, and 2.5% for the credit card processing fee, 2.5% $325 is $8.13. Doug is left with pre-tax profit of $167.38 for one sale, his average sale. Multiply this by 10, and we have $1,673.80 in profit for 30 minutes of work. Doug is making $3,347 per hour and purchases no product in advance. His initial startup costs were $1,200 for the web page design, which he recouped in his first week. His pay-per-click advertising costs $700 per month, and he pays Yahoo $99 per month for their hosting and shopping cart. He works less than 2 hours a week, often pulls more than $10,000 per month, and there is no financial risk whatsoever. Now Doug spends his time making music, traveling, exploring new businesses for excitement. ProSoundEffects.com is not his end-all be-all, but it has removed all financial concerns and freed his mind to focus on other things. What would you do if you didn't have to think about money? If you follow the advice in this chapter, you'll soon have to answer this question. It's time to find your muse. So, good stuff. I'm sure I'm over 10 minutes. Oh, almost right at 10 minutes, 9:24. A lot to digest there. That's one example of a business that you can use to bring in 5 to 10K. Internet-based drop shipping. He put a lot in there. You can sell stuff on Amazon, be an Amazon affiliate. They have a whole program, and once again, they'll drop ship also. It's out there. He'll get into more specifics, and And you're not necessarily looking to copy. Remember what I said in the very beginning of this thing about principles and methods. You're not going to go and make a sound effects webpage, right, to sell sound effects CDs. The idea is you're like, okay, find a product that I don't have to manufacture that can be drop shipped. I'm just an order taker, and and has a good niche, and there's all kinds of things. Educate yourself on Google and the pay-per-click and searching for keywords. You're looking for a niche, right? There's a niche. Only audio professionals want that CD that he makes, right? It's a niche. It's a small group of customers, but enough that he's making $10,000 a month from it. So, and think about who his customer is. Not a civilian, not just like a regular person. It's industry professionals, so they can afford $300 average spend, or up to $7,000. His price range went up to $7,500. Now, if you're a Hollywood studio, $7,500 for sound effects is not a big spend. It's a professional customer. So think about that too. Take that away from today. Niche, professional customer. Search Google AdWords and look for relative bargains and niches where you can be one of the top 5 sales inside that small niche, and you're on your way. You're well on your way to making passive income. I'll think about it. I'll do it. Remember I told you I'll play along, to make some extra cash, and I'll let you know how it goes. I'll figure out by tomorrow or this week, say what my product's going to be, what my niche is, and I'll make sure and grab my website and do all that shit first before you bastards steal it from me. Come up with your own idea, fuckers. So that's it. Went to the auto shop today to get the seatbelt fixed in the Beamer. It didn't work. The passenger one is locked. It's totally shot. They removed it. The mechanism's bad, so they're just going to replace it. So I had to go back another trip, but not the end of the world. Ugh. So I have all day today to ruminate on what my product is going to be. I'm pretty pumped up. I'm fired up. Get a product, get a website, have it drop shipped from China, probably. That's where most of them, Amazon and all that, is drop shipped. And I mentioned Lazada, which is also kind of a front for Chinese products that's big here. And I bought a lot of stuff from Lazada. And then also there's AliExpress, where I used to buy guitars, copies of Gibson guitars, and they have everything also. AliExpress has every product known to mankind, so you can hook up with vendors there and have it drop shipped through that connection. Ooh, I had my coffee hours ago. But anyway, that's it for today. Good stuff. I hope you're starting to get a little excited, because here we're getting into the nitty-gritty. Even if you've already got a job or a business, if you can take a very little amount of time, say 20 hours, and start another side business, hell, the side gig, side hustle, might out income your regular job. How cool would that be, right? Yeah, I'll be good.